Well, today I'm going to take a look at something a whole lot of us forget to do. That's a little basic battery maintenance for your automobile. Of course, every single one of us has got one in a car, and best thing to do is to make sure they're in top flight condition to get maximum usage out of them. Always disconnect the negative cable first just to make sure I don't possibly ground something out in disconnecting the positive cable. One thing to check for right away is to make sure you haven't got too much corrosion around that positive battery post. If you've got a lot of corrosion there, it's entirely possible that you might have a leaking battery post and you want to get that replaced as soon as possible. Any spark there could create an explosion hazard. Ordinarily, I'd rather use a Dremel tool, but in this case, here's how I clean my battery post if I don't have the Dremel tool immediately handy. This is about 100 grit sandpaper. I just take the paper and wipe it around thoroughly on the inside of each terminal, then wipe each post with it thoroughly. This breaks any corrosion that might be present and make sure I get a good metal to metal contact. As you can see, it's a rather slow process and it's difficult to get a good clean sanding on the inside of a terminal post like this. The positive is the one that tends to get a little more corrosion wrapped up around it, and that's the one I pay the most attention to. Obviously, if you see a whole lot of green or powder in these locations, you want to thoroughly make sure it's all wiped away. If you get the powder back down beside your battery into the battery box, you can have a corrosion problem in the battery area. Check it over thoroughly, look at your connection, make sure you don't see any trace of corrosion at the wiring, and then also take a good long look. Make sure you've got a good cleaning around the post. Always thoroughly inspect each terminal and make sure that the wiring is in good shape. If you find any trace of corrosion there that makes you doubt the terminal, you want to replace the terminal at this time. Here's my preferred method for cleaning a battery terminal. That's to take a Dremel tool with a small wire brush, then thoroughly go around each terminal, making sure that I've cleaned out any trace of corrosion or discoloration on the inside. Take your time. If it's really bad, you might want to clean with the Dremel tool on the outside as well as the inside. Well, here's hoping you found this here useful and you'll check back often. Lots more coming, baby. Stay safe.